Now they never will be 3-1 up at half-time. That's not a bad scoreline, is it?
It's a superb scoreline. It's just a shame that they've scored and we've got to keep going again. But yeah, we've got to keep going again.
You're too big a club to be in Division 2 though, aren't you?
We're definitely going for a Premiership. There's no problems there. We'll do it. We're just having a bit of a layback now at the time, but we'll get there definitely.
Have Bury had a lifeline there though with that goal? You make it 3-1.
I think it's a dangerous thing to let them in and have a goal like that, but we'll come back. Second half, another 3, 6-1.
Oh, 6-1. Ooh, let's talk down here. Kurt Nogan wants to get away, doesn't he? That will be a big blow to Burnley.
Well, it will be, yes, but I don't think he will go, really. He likes it here, he's a good player. Burnley love him, and he loves Burnley.
I know you're happy to see us here, aren't you?
Tell us about it, yeah. Kurt Nogan's not going nowhere. He loves Barnholdswit and he's stopping. And up the Clarets forever.
Okay, thanks very much. Back to you, Russ.
Thank you, George. 3-1 to Burnley. It is at half-time for the whole of the second half. Now let's rejoin our Sky Sports commentary team, Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
And changes to both teams. Bury looking to change their fortunes by bringing on Andrew Woodward for David Johnson. And Burnley are bringing on Jamie Hoyland to replace the injured Lee Harrison. Hoyland, a former Bury player who was then signed by Dave Bassett for Sheffield United. Let's hear from the Bury manager, Stan Ternant. He's talking to George Gavitt.
Stan, 3 heavy blows to recover from.
Yes, we'll have a go. 3 set plays. Great goal, the third one by any standards. Chris Lacketti lost Swanee on the first one and Paul Butler lost the lad on the second one. But never mind, we'll have another go. I'm just going to change it around a little bit this off and see what happens.
Thanks very much, Stan.
Thank you.
So after those changes, are Bury's fortunes about to be revived? Burnley took a real grip on the game with those 3 goals in the first half hour. That last one from David Ayres, a real spectacular effort. The changes of personnel now on both teams as Little looks to add to an already well-established lead. Here's Hoyland. This is Little taking on Butler and getting it across. Riley's handling had to be assured then and was.
Smashing cross, wasn't it? There's no doubt about it. Little and Smith, they're both getting wide and getting excellent crosses in.
Matthews looking to get a decent cross in or to get into the box. And he was checked, was he, by Hoyland. The referee said no, and his assistant was right on the spot to see it.
I'll tell you what, I thought Trevor West was going to give that there. And that was a close decision, there's no doubt about it. Matthews was absolutely furious. He felt that was a certain penalty.
Here's Randall. Matthews calling for it. Given to West. This is Nicky Dawes.
Yeah, I wonder, Rob. I tell you what, I'd like to see that again because I was sure Trevor West was the whistle was going to his mouth. He's having a word with Matthews now. And what do you reckon, Rob? 10 out of 10 for a dive. He's lucky not to get booked, you know, when you see it again. I know we've got the benefit of this, but he's nowhere near him, is he? And that's shocking.
10 out of 10 for the referee as well then.
Too good a player to be doing that. What do you have to do that for?
It's confirmation that Hoyland, who was involved in that incident, is the half-time substitute for the injured Harrison. Hoyland slotting into Harrison's role as the left of the 3 central defenders, while David Ayres retains this role as left wing-back, a role in which he's been particularly effective. The most glorious contribution of all, the 3rd goal for Burnley from the free kick.
Very important. Burnley start this second half well. If they let Bury back in it, they got a bit of momentum. Who knows how this could go? Thank you. Not with passes like that, Rob.
Yes, John Rose clearly hadn't heard you too clearly.
Yeah, I'm sure Stan Ternant, you know, at half-time be saying, hey guys, come on, let's get them under pressure right away. And if we can sneak a second goal, they might just crack under pressure. But as Adrian, he's saying, hey guys, come on, let's get on top of them. Let's keep it going. If we get a 4th, it's good night. It's all over.
Bury were in free-scoring form on Monday in a different competition in the Auto Windscreen Shield. They rattled in 6 without reply against Mansfield. But this is actually their first league match of the new year because of the disruption to their programme through the weather. hospitable night for them. As having completed the scoring. Paul Barnes and Kurt Nogan, an effective front line for Burnley. Randall skipping away from the challenges. It's not been the happiest of nights for him so far, back at the ground where he was actually a player at the start of last season before being sold to York.
Yeah, he's not seen too much of the ball tonight. Like you said, I think Jepson gave him a lot to do there.
Won't give out of position, but Jepson couldn't capitalise.
There's a little bit off the ball there from Jepson as well, Rob, on Parkinson. I think the ref spotted it.
Parkinson is still down, and now, after a little hold-up, treatment will be called for Gary Parkinson after that challenge with Ronnie Jepson.
Well, it was definitely contact, Rob, and Jepson sort of, well, it wasn't an elbow or a punch, I don't think. I thought he just sort of threw him to the ground. He's a big lad, Jepson, but he certainly manhandled him. There's a tussle for the ball. There was a contact, and Jepson got his arm round him. I think he's sort of given him a bit of a knock in the air, but nothing really bad. I think Parkinson was leaning into Jepson, and Jepson reacted like that, but the referee spotted it.
I think you described Jepson as robust in the first half, and Parkinson only too aware now of just how adequate that adjective is.
And I think Parkinson felt he took a right-hander from Tyson the way he went down there. You know, there wasn't too much in that, was it?
No bruises anyway. It's Parkinson. This is Barnes. It's out of play by Chris Brass, who, along with Paul Smith, is a product of the youth scheme at Burnley that they're keen on fostering here. We saw at half-time a demonstration of the ball skills of one or two youngsters who may figure in Burnley strips in future, perhaps.
It's great to see that as well, the little kids, because it gives them a little taste, a little chance to savour the atmosphere at Tough Moor. And there's no doubt clubs, well, Burnley, I was going to say smaller clubs like Burnley, they're obviously not a small club, but they do thrive on bringing kids through. There's no doubt about it, and the gap just seems to be getting wider with money. And if you're not a club with money, then there's only one way through it. You know, you bring your kids through, and unfortunately sometimes you have to sell the best ones.
Manchester United have been well aware of Smith's progress from when they played Burnley in an FA Youth Cup tie, and apparently every time Manchester United officials are here at Turf Moor, they inquire about his progress.
There was a little late challenge there and leg on. Ex-fireman Nigel, I used to watch him at Ipswich. That was just a little bit late there. Whoops. Maybe a yellow card might have been popping out of referee West's pocket, but Nigel's a lucky man.
Headed away by Swan, not the most convincing. Randall was lining one up. Matthews has won the possession back well. Luchetti, plenty of players available for him in the area. Cleared to Randall, this is West. Parkinson picking out as accurately. It's Hoyland. Glass. David Ayres. Barnes. Now Little. Good move this from Burnley. He's picked out Nogan. And a great run by Barnes! Magnificent save. What a tremendous move from Burnley though. And Dean Kiley standing his ground. That would have been a real eye-catching goal.
Well, we've seen two great moves, haven't we, Rob? And Dean Kiley has stopped them both. It's the set pieces we can't handle. But that was a smashing save.
Now Randall. And he's got the opening. Well, Russell equal to that one, but what a fine save by Russell, by Kiley rather, a moment ago.
Great save, but what a move. This was from Burnley's own box. sweeping passing movement. Lovely ball in the box. And this is quality here from Nogan. The little layoff, surely the fourth goal. Great stop.
Well, he'll emerge from this night with a few mixed memories, Dean Kiley.
Yeah, I'll give him a lot of confidence for this second half.
The night didn't get off to the best of starts for him when Swan beat him with the header.
I tell you what, I keep saying though, if Berry can get a second, Robin, back into the game, I reckon Dean Kiley will think back to that save, because that could be very, very important.
It's not the only save he's made on the night. He made a crucial one for the man taking the throw in airs earlier in the game. Dawes back with airs and
oh dear. Well, it's not that bad. Ayers had every right to go for the ball, and how many times you see defenders trying to shield the ball as Nick Davis is doing here. This is good endeavour from Ayers, but how's your left ankle? I bet this was a sore one. Whack. It's a difficult one, Rob, you know, because week in and week out I see defenders sort of just allowing the ball to go out. It's definitely obstruction, but I think Ayers, well, the referee's let him get away with it.
Dawes is back on the field and Ayers escapes unpunished. Russell making his fourth league appearance of this season. He's won only one of the previous three. Chris Brass. Dawes. Trouble for Matthews.
I think he's got to do his talking with his feet and his skill, but look, he certainly, well, there was two of them at it, and Matthews, well, his left foot came over there. I just wonder, Burnley sometimes, Rob, I know I love to see teams play football, but sometimes back in defence, especially when you've got a two-goal cushion, get out of the danger area. Sometimes they overplay, they try to play their way out of defence, maybe a little bit too much.
Little. Barnes. Obstructed by McKenty.
A little bit unlucky there, I think, McKenty. I think Barnes played for that. Sure, he's trying to get around McKenty, but I think the big centre-half... Oh, I didn't see the right. I didn't see the right forearm come out. Another good decision from the ref.
I think Bury's fans have their hearts in their mouths from every free kick and corner floated in, but Kiley seems to have got his confidence back. He bought from York in the summer, and the tribunal forced Bury to pay £125,000 for him. A busy man tonight. Dawes looking to give Russell some trouble. It's headed behind by Parkinson for the corner, with Jepson just behind him.
A good header from Parkinson, but once again, Jepson behind him. There was also another Bury player there. And then you've got to attack them balls. You know, Parkinson's done his job well, but Jepson's got to get on the end of them, I think, with a challenge.
Matthews hasn't had the greatest of luck with corners so far, and Hoyland gets that one away. Second bite at the cherry, though, for Rob Matthews. And Butler's there, and it's just over the top of his head.
Just as well for Burnley, it was just over the top of his head. Matthews finding him at the far post, long searching cross. You wonder really, should Wayne Russell be coming for this? Because this is only 4 yards out. Good sweeping cross from Matthews. And that's right in the 6-yard box.
played out in a competitive spirit. And it's a vibrant atmosphere here at Turf Moor tonight. I can assure you from the first-hand experience that every time a goal has gone in, this stand has vibrated. Generated plenty of noise. There's still a little bit of anxiety on the faces, though, despite the 3-1 lead.
Yeah, fourth one seals it all up. But, well, the minutes are ticking by now. If Berry were to get one, I think we'd have a cracking finale. From a neutral's point of view, of course, Rob.
Brass into the night air, almost landed for Little though.
Burnley have got to start getting it wide again, right and left. If they don't, I think Berry will start pushing them back.
No option wide on the left, so it's a direct one forward from Smith.
He's a good player, the boy, there's no doubt. There's no, you can see why there's premierships and higher league clubs having a look at him, because silky skills, good vision. And a thunderous right foot for that second goal.
Burnley actually took a lot of criticism for the way they approached their recent FA Cup tie at Anfield when they restricted Liverpool to a 1-0 win. And although they did employ a more defensive outlook, Adrian Heath's outlook was perhaps that their best option was to bring Liverpool back to Turf Moor for a replay. They're demonstrating tonight what a useful attacking force they can be.
It's difficult for a second division club who like to play the football. You can't go to Anfield and outplay Liverpool. Not when you're a couple of leagues below. I think Adrian Heath, it's not pretty, but he probably had the right idea. But unfortunately for Burnley supporters, Liverpool got the vital goal.
Because he was only too aware of the hammering that Rochdale had received against Liverpool at the same round of the same competition a year before. The playoffs at least have to be Burnley's priority. Bury have had plenty of involvement at that stage of the season in previous years. They've reached the playoffs 4 times in the last 7 seasons. Matthews cutting this one in. Russell emerging safely.
Yeah, that's better from Wayne Russell, because Matthews wasted no time in whipping that in right-footed, but Russell had a good look at it and he's pounced on it. Good goalkeeping. I think the referee's spot on again here. I think Smith went down. I think he's a little bit tired because he was doing a little bit of doggies here. That's why the Bury defender said get up. I don't think there was too much contact here. Here's a challenge coming now. Well, maybe a little. I think Smith's maybe dived a little bit too high there.
No card produced. Free kick, the only punishment given by Trevor West. Header clear to Smith. He's done his reputation no harm so far tonight. This is Matthews. This is Randall. Little and Hoyland converged on him, but then left the pieces to John Rose. He was left behind John O'Kane.
I think someone's got to tell John Rose that they're in white and blue, because his distribution the last few times, just when Bury tried to catch him on the counter, has been dreadful. I'm sure he's a lot better than that.
Swat. Hopeful one from Parkinson. This is Dawes. West. Challenged by Gleghorn. Jepson. by Gleghorn. Jepson.
Bury with a lot of possession second half, Rob, but to be honest, they're not really troubling Burnley.
A surprise there, the referee's given a corner. Well, he's had a good game tonight, Trevor West, but I must admit I didn't see a Burnley touch there. Taken by Matthews. Leketti's header, cleared by Hoyland.
Tell you what a good clearance that was. I just get the feeling this is not over yet, Rob.
Well, they're making a decent fight of it, and they've still got plenty of time on their side, provided they don't concede one, Berry. And they're looking very hungry as West gets it across towards John Rose. Little and Parkinson climbing over each other to get that one clear, but it's Lenny John Rose again. Matthews, he looks dangerous every time he gets the ball on this side, giving Ayres the run around again. Behind by Hoyland for the corner.
He's the man, he's the outlet ball. Give it to Matthews, because he's the one. He likes to run at defenders, but to be fair to him, give him a chance, he'll whip it in.
Well, they're really baring their teeth now. Berry, and the goalkeeper didn't get the corner.
It's again, beautiful ball, but Bury just, they don't have enough players attacking the ball. You know, the likes of Jepson and people like that, you know, there's no one attacking it. That's a perfectly good ball.
Sometimes Nicky Doyle's throw-ins can be as good as a corner, and here he goes to launch one now. Leketti challenging the goalkeeper, who punched it behind for another corner.
Good pressure. Good pressure from Bury the second half. Are they going to get a second goal? Pressure from Bury the second half. Are they going to get a second goal? Not unless you attack it. Good movement, attack the ball.
Look how many corners they've had. Matthews with the latest. Headed away by Parkinson from right in front of the goalkeeper. And there was a foul there on Paul Barnes, which has given Burnley a useful free kick to relieve some of the pressure. Bury were demanding a lot of questions then of that Burnley defence, and it's in that sort of spell that a 3-1 lead starts to look less secure. Tony Rigby is warming up, possible substitution to be made by Bury to try and carry on the impetus that they've already started in the second half.
Don't look too happy, does he? He wants to get on.
Well, if they need goals, Bury, they've got a 13-goal man waiting by the touchline. Their leading scorer this season, Mark Carter, not in the starting lineup this evening. The former Barnet man has a prolific scoring record.
I know he's in the twilight of his career, but I must admit, I for one was a little bit surprised he wasn't playing from the start. But what can you say? 3 goals his side have scored, so Adrian Heath definitely justified leading his top scorer out.
Nogan, and Little let it go, and he was really unaware of where Parkinson was standing. Randall, given away to Chris Brass. Here's Jepson, who was put in the Bury team ahead of Carter, and has not only been recalled to the lineup tonight, but has also been given the captain's armband.
Yeah, I'm getting it wrong there with Carter on the bench for Bury. He's the top scorer. When you're 3-1 down, it's surprising he's not on the park.
Still waiting his chance, Mark Carter on the sidelines. Possible break on here. It's a useful 1-2. Turned behind by Swan.
Good run again from Matthews, wasn't it? Swan doing his job well, but Matthews is really in the form in this Burnley side. Positive running, coming right along the byline, deciding to use his right foot and not the left. Corner.
Matthews, having won the corner, takes it, and it's headed behind by Hoyland for another.
Surely this pressure's got to pay off with a second goal, Rob.
Bury are into double figures now in their corner count. Well ahead of Burnley on that front. And fed back in, and John Rose, and it's stuck clear. Well, Swan got himself in the way of that shot from John Rose, and that was a crucial defensive intervention.
What a game the big fella's having, Peter Swan. Giving his side the lead, and I think if that was Swan, that was a great clearance. Certainly it looked a second goal for Bury on the cards, but great defending from the big fella.
There he is again. Lenny John Rose. O'Kane trying to hold it on. He did well to resist the pressure from Smith.
Well, this is an excellent opportunity after great pressure again. Over it comes, great strike from John Rose, and look at that, Swan right on the line.
It evaded the goalkeeper, but Swan was having none of it. Chips. Well, Peter Swan keeping that effort from Lenny John Rose from going into the net. And John Rose, it seems, is shortly about to take his leave of the field.
Well, it's probably me and my big mouth again, but goodness me, he wasn't half giving the ball away early on in the second half, Rob. When you're under the cosh, you have to keep possession, and you try to catch the home side, Burnley, on the break. And, you know, they unfortunately kept falling to him for the through ball, and his distribution was terrible. I'm afraid he's going to pay the penalty.
I wonder if they would have changed their minds if that shot had evaded Swan.
I don't think so. If that hit the back of the net, 3-2, you don't change anything, I don't think.
But it didn't hit the back of the net, and in consequence, the substitution with Tony Rigby coming on to replace John Rose. And John O'Kane has gone off as well, and Mark Carter is coming on. A double substitution.
I think he had to come on, Carter. If anyone's got you getting back in the match, I know he's come to the twilight of his career, but this man could do it.
Part of Barnett's team promoted from the GM Vauxhall Conference. Had a great scoring record at that level, and he was part of Barnett's team promoted from the GM Vauxhall Conference. Had a great scoring record at that level, and got plenty for Bury over the years too. 13 already for them this season.
Incredible, isn't it? You go back to the Preston-Blackpool derby, and on came Bennett, who again, twilight's grey, and I just wonder if Carter can give the same sort of result as what we've seen up at Preston, where Bennett came on and banged in a couple of goals. Superb.
It'll be the right tonic for Stan Turnant, who's been hit by flu. If Carter can turn this game around. His last goal in the league was actually against Preston. Now it appears that we've got a problem with the assistant referee.
Stan Tennant, he was sort of saying one of his players, keep your mouth closed, you know, and I thought for 1 minute there one of his players was in trouble. I think it's the old calf's gone. It's a cold night here at Burnley, and I think the right-hand calf just give a little twing.
David Oliver is the man in trouble. He's going off, and the substitute official is David Entwistle. But he didn't expect to be pressed interaction tonight.
Come on, David, you should be ready for to sprint onto the pitch. What's going on here?
Well, here's 18 minutes of fame coming up.
Get a bit of ice on it.
Had that rare sight of a triple substitution. This is Barnes looking for Nogan, and Barnes has continued his run, and Andrew Woodward got himself in the way.
Good play from Barnes and Nogan, especially Nogan. You know, I thought that was very unselfish. I thought he could have gone on his own, but Barnes made his mind up with that run. Great first-time ball, but good defending again.
Woodward, the player who prevented this very useful partnership of Barnes and Nogan adding to the scoreline. Smith's corner, Hoyland came in, and the shot from Nogan, and Barnes trying to force it over the line, and will it go? They're claiming it had gone over, and immediately, I wonder if the reserve officials' eyesight is going to be called into action as to whether that's straight over the line. It was really desperate on the line, but such was the cluster of bodies that the referee intervened.
What a decision that is to make when you've just come on, unexpected. Once again, it's a set piece. Berry don't deal with it, and this should have been all over. What a chance for Barnes. The ball stuck between his legs. I don't think it was anywhere near over the line. Because he's lying on the ball, I think the referee stopped it. But Barnes should have scored.
I think the referee was close enough to see, without consulting the new official, that the ball had gone nowhere near over the line, but he just intervened for safety's sake.
Yeah, I think Paul Barnes would be very disappointed with himself. That should have been 4-1.
Casual finish, do you think?
No, he just didn't connect properly.
Paul Barnes will be ruining that. It was a golden opportunity, but it's a lifeline for Bury with 16 minutes to go, and still this 2-goal deficit to overhaul. It's just about manageable as it is at the moment. It's Dawes with a long throw in. It's a header well wide from Butler.
Yeah, Butler could have done a bit better with that. At least they attacked it this time, but for all Berry's pressure, that's the first time we've seen Paul Butler attack it. And for all the pressure, I just wonder, if they're going to get a second goal, Rob. At times, it's running on now, and you just feel, well, Burnley, I'm saying that, they should have tied it all up, shouldn't they? A minute ago.
Great chance. Here's Little. Little's taken it too far. Player who was a first-year trainee at Crystal Palace, but came back to these shores after playing for Glentoran.
A good first half, Rob, but he's really been starved with the ball this second half because Burnley haven't had a lot of possession.
Flicked on by Matthews. Carter looking to get there, and not cleared too far. The shot from Dawes, and it almost crept in. Well, Ayres and Russell can smile now, but that could have been a moment of embarrassment for Burnley.
Goodness me, no wonder Wayne Russell was shaking his head, because this was another golden opportunity. Good defending, but the ball runs loose, and I thought, here we go, second goal. And I know, crikey, on the Burnley shots are sponsored by birthdays. I think it was Wayne Russell's birthday there, because that should have been Berry's second goal.
Dawes saw the gap, but Russell just about shut it off. Bury then a hair's breadth away from pulling back a second goal.
I don't think it's going to be the night now, Rob. I think they've had the chances.
That's a confident prediction with 13 minutes still to go.
Excuse me, you fancied Bury.
Well, if Burnley do hold on, it'll be a victory that takes them above their Lancashire rivals. They'll go a place and a point above them.
There's no doubt about it. It'll be a great result for Burnley tonight, but I'll be a little bit disappointed, Adrian Heath. Second half performance. They've taken the foot off the pedal. They've let Bury back in it, even though they've got a 2-goal cushion.
Marchetti. Matthews. And the ball played through. This is West. 2 to his left if he can feed it across. And it was just in front of Carter.
Well, what a ball this is from Matthews. That is what a super ball that was. And I think West, well, he's saying someone should be on the end of it. But a great reverse ball. Here's a cross. Now who's on the end of this? Once again, Carter can't get there, nor Jepson.
It was in front of him, and in fact went just behind him. It bisected Jepson and Carter. And Kurt Nogan taken off for Burnley. Andy Cook, who was selected ahead of Nogan when Nogan himself was out of favour, now gets his opportunity.
I don't think you can blame Nogan too much tonight. So this youngster Andy Cook's got a chance. Nogan didn't see too much of the ball. Beautiful 1-2 with his fellow striker partner Barnes. Apart from that, we've not really seen much of him second half.
Cook immediately involved in the thick of it. Flipped on by Smith. Cook aiming to get there. Smith's cross. It was almost slow motion that as it whizzed through.
Well, just as deft as a touch as well as Andy Cook there, but a good ball from this kid. I like the way, sometimes he can overdo it, but I like the way he flipped that one in early. Had that been on target, well, or maybe not enough power. Just a little touch. No one at the far post to tap in.
Slightly too high for Cook, but that would have been an inspired introduction. A player who's in his second full season since arriving from the Welsh League side Newtown. This is Barnes.
He's worked well, Barnes, tonight. Held up well. Distribution's been good.
Number 2, Gary Parkinson. This is Glenn Little. Captain Gleghorn. Ayres linking up well with Cook. Turned away by Woodward.
This is better from Burnley. At long last, they begin to pass the ball in the second half. And they're getting a bit of width now, which caused Berry so much problems in the first.
No doubt about it, Burnley had been resting on their laurels since Ayres' third goal, but they've suddenly remembered the urgency for the points again now. And they're letting Berry know who's boss. This is David Ayres. Well, they've already seen how dangerous his left boot can be. Rigby was in the way of that shot. Smith. Play by Smith. This is Swan. Such a commanding figure.
A good play again from Smith. He's got a clever brain on him. Just sometimes I feel he's got to be a little bit stronger on the ball. But then again, he's only young. This fella's had a good game, Ayres.
Or are Burnley going to get the fourth goal that would surely sew it up? Don't forget, more football action coming up for you on Sky Sports over this weekend. On Sky Sports 1, Super Sunday from 3 o'clock. It's Arsenal against Everton. High scoring fair in our nationwide league offering tonight, which has seen us rattle up our 100th goal in our live matches. Although the scorer of that goal, Rob Matthews, looks like finishing up on the losing side. Here's Leketti. Comfortable one for Wayne Russell.
It'd be nice with one more goal just to finish off with, Rob. 4 goals, cracking first half. It's got a little bit quiet second half.
Never satisfied, are you?
I think we needed Berry to sneak one early on.
Typical striker, greedy to the end.
So you got one. You got a game right this year, yeah. Your predictions.
I'll just try and make you look good. Here's Ayres.
Well, they certainly come into the game full of good form, Rob, Berry, but a little bit disappointing up front, to be honest.
Another change being made by Burnley, and Glenn Little, who has evidently been tiring of late, is going off to be replaced by Paul Weller. Brighton-born, but actually came to Turf Moor from non-league Welling.
So that was a good send-off for Little. The fans here certainly rate him. 1-2 with the keeper, with the referee there.
There's Weller. Coming into Rigby. Berry continuing to press with Matthews. This is Rigby. Burnley making life hard for them. They can't work the opening.
Jepson made a little run there, and it was a real difficult ball, and Rigby tried it, but it just breaks down again. You know, they're giving a little band of fans behind the goal so much hope. Jepson making the run, but the ball again not good enough.
Well, this will be a hugely creditable win for Burnley, who were the first leaders of the second division after the opening 2 matches, which when they won both of them, have fallen off the pace a little since then. But this will be a great lever for them tonight, particularly against their local rivals. Nicky Dawes looking to change the complexion of the match with another throw-in. It's cleared by Smith.
No, bookies don't get much wrong. They made Burnley favourites, and I'll be honest with you, Rob, I did, because their home form in the league is very, very good. It's on their travels where they sometimes encounter a few problems. But he's got to be delighted.
His team have scored in every single home game that they've played this season, whatever the competition. And they rattled in 3 in the first half hour tonight, and Berry have puffed and worked hard, but still can't blow Burnley's house down. Stan Turner must be hugely disappointed for a team which really had been in flying form. They've drawn their previous 3 games in a row, but lost just one of their last 9 in the league. That was back on the 30th of November. Played in by Randall, headed away as far as West. It's gone West.
Once again, finish. He's tried to bust the back of the net. If you lean back, there's only one result: high over the crossbar. The home fans are happy, Rob. They'll go home happy tonight.
It's a very competitive division, this one.
Is it fair to say they're not too keen on the Blackburn Rovers supporters around these parts?
They're looked upon as the real local rivals. And they've seen what's been done there with a bit of financial backing and feel that the potential is here to repeat such a feat. And certainly they've got a great stadium worthy of a higher league. West, Jepson.
Yeah, Russell kept his eye on the ball there. Jepson with a little flick, but Russell, there's no way he was going to take his eye off the ball there.
Well, we're saying how Burnley have really suffered on their travels, and all of Berry's 5 defeats, as this will surely make it now, have come away from home. Stumbled at Crewe, at Walsall, and at Bristol Rovers, and at Millwall. They look like they're going down to another one here tonight. Another corner to Burnley.
Another nice move. Good passing again. Paul Barnes just trying to whip it across. A corner will do him at this time in the game. 3 minutes remaining. 2-goal cushion. You're in no rush to take this corner.
Still throwing plenty of big players forward from the back. Randall for Carter. This is Jepson. Jepson losing out. And Smith slipping it through. Could be a great opening here, and he's gone down in the box.
there's no doubt in my mind. I thought this was a pen. Good ball. Cook peeled away here. Takes on the right foot. There's the challenge there. Just clipped him. But the referee had no doubt. And there's the challenge. The contact. Well, surely now it's all over.
And Paul Barnes, who's got 4 goals in the previous 5 matches, could benefit from Trevor West's decision here, and this could really sew it up. It's Barnes, and the goalkeeper saved it. Well, what a night this has been for Dean Kiley.
Well done, Dean Kiley. I'll be honest with you, I'm delighted with that, because I thought there was going to be tears early on in the match when that third one went past him. Paul Barnes would be angry with himself. I think he's played well, worked hard, great opportunity to get in the shape, but well, good save from the keeper, and Barnes is disgusted.
Well, he's had a couple of opportunities to tie this game up as Barnes. Another one here, perhaps. Ayres. Well, it really has been a night of highs and lows for Dean Kiley, but the Nationwide League man of the match is, of course, a Burnley player, and it's the man who started the goal scoring all off. Peter Swan, who's been a rock at the heart of the defence, made the breakthrough in the first half, and he's the Nationwide League man of the match.
I think he's had a smashing match, the big fella. He's battled Jepson. He's won the battle tonight, make no mistake. And the opening goal was so important for the home side, and I think he deserves it.
Here's Cook. Number 11, Nigel Gleghorn. This is Ayres. Ayres has done well to ride the challenges. Gleghorn, the Burnley captain, on the ball, but free kick has been given. Too quickly for the referee's liking. And we're into the time that's being added on at his discretion now.
I think he's had a good game, Rob, Trevor West. No complaints at all about the referee.
Free kick taken by Woodward, headed away by Hoyland. This is West. Kick too far beyond Jepson. Dawes wins the throw-in, inevitably will take it. And even if they were to score now, you would only feel perhaps that it was a second consolation goal. Everybody except Bury goalkeeper Dean Kiley is inside the Burnley half as Bury continue their pursuit of another goal. And Matthews, who deserves the plaudits for his battling performance, showing a bit of frustration there.
Oh, he's easily been Bury's best player, I think. If only to give him more of the ball.
Butler taking this long throw-in. Ball's floating it across. Jepson coming into challenge, and Russell completely unfazed.
He's looked very confident on the crosses. There was just one at the far post in the second half where he hesitated, didn't come, but apart from that, Wayne Russell's come and collected almost every cross.
Mixed emotions for Dean Kiley in the Bury goal. May have been flapping for one or two of the Burnley goals, but he's saved a penalty and made some other crucial saves from open play.
I think the second goal was hugely disappointing for him. He only had to get his fists on the ball. This Paul Smith was delighted.
Flag up against Carter from Jepson's flick on.
I feel they may have missed Carter. It's easy to say that now, Rob, but when you know where the back of the net is, that's what's been missing for Bury tonight. They've had enough chances putting the ball into the box, but no one on the end of them. And I just wonder, had Carter started, it could have been different.
Stanton topped it instead to start with the front line of Jepson and Johnson. extra are already underway, and we've played 3 minutes of stoppage time already. Ayres with the back pass. Carter gamely giving chase for it. Burnley still squeezed back. Have to be some throw in from Dawes. And he hurls it towards Butler. Cleared to Barnes. David Ayres. Now the referee does blow the final whistle, so it's a fine Derby Day win for Burnley. A man of the match performance from Peter Swan, who started the goal scoring in that spree in the first half where Burnley completely unhinged their local rivals. A great first touch and a fine finish from Paul Smith for the second goal. And then Burnley scoring completed with a great left foot effort from David Ayres, curled around the wall that had tried to guard against the Burnley free kick. Bury offered themselves some hope with an effort from Rob Matthews before half-time, but they couldn't build on that in the second half. Dean Kiley had to make a penalty save and one or two other crucial saves from open play to prevent Burnley from adding to the scoring. All 4 goals scored then in the first half. The first one from a corner. And as Bury failed to pick up Peter Swan, he got the ball in despite West's best efforts on the line to keep it out. A goal that was added to when this free kick was flat tapped by Kiley and Paul Smith executed it brilliantly. Then Burnley scoring added to with this beautifully curled effort from David Ayres, his 8th goal of the season. And this was the one that offered Bury a chink of optimism. Great finish from Rob Matthews that made it 3-1 at half-time. They pressed resiliently in the second half, but Kiley's penalty save from Paul Barnes prevented Burnley from sewing it up in an even more emphatic fashion. In the end, in the context of the game, the penalty miss didn't matter because Burnley go home having usurped Bury's position. They leapfrogged their local rivals after this victory. And 2 of the architects, David Ayres, scorer of the 3rd goal, and manager Adrian Heath, are talking now with George Gavin.
David, well done. Did you start the game on rocket fuel?
Yeah, we started the first half very well. Deservedly went up 3 goals and give a silly goal away just before half-time. And it was a battle in the second half.
How much of a platform for you is that now, Adrian?
Well, as I've said to the players all along, and I know I've probably fed up of hearing it locally, but if we play as well as we can, I think we're the best team in this division, and if the players believe in themselves, I don't see any reason why we can't take the form that we play at home away from home. But we're getting better, we are improving, and we've defended well when we've had to second half, but going forward I thought our movement was very good. Got plenty of people in the box, and 3-1, it should have been 4 and 5 first half with the chances that we've had. But all credit to the players, they've stuck at it when they've had to dig in second half.
Sweet free kick, wasn't it, David, for you? A specialty of yours?
Well, Barnsley wanted to take it in the first place, but managed to push him away and get a sweet strike on it, and I was quite happy with the goal.
Adrian, just a word on Kurt Nogan. Do you think people fully understand the implications of the Bosman ruling for smaller clubs when a player, an asset, can go abroad for nothing at the end of the season?
Well, unless you're in our position, you probably don't. It's all right for the Premier League with all the millions that you fellas give him from Sky, but for the likes of ourselves, Kurt Nogan's a valuable asset to us, and we can't afford. If we were to sell him 500, 600, 700,000, fine, great, but for us to lose him and then have to go and find another 400 or 500 next year, it's a massive blow for smaller clubs, but unfortunately that's the way we've got to get on with it.
Great result tonight though, well done guys, thanks very much.
Yeah, we've done well. Well done, sir.
David Ayres and Adrian Heath reflecting on a match really that had absolutely everything tonight, and 1 or 2 issues of the day as well. 3-1 to Burnley. It finished. Plenty more to come with us this evening, and we'll talk to Dave Bassett and Sam Allardyce after this break. Lancashire for a promotion battle at the top of the nationwide second division. Finished Burnley 3, Bury 1. That was the score at half-time. Peter Swan, Paul Smith and David Ayres scoring for Burnley. Rob Matthews getting a goal back for Bury. 26 attempts on goal during the game. And for a local derby, no bookings is quite an achievement, isn't it? And the first half action area is very close in the first half. It was 3-1 to Burnley at half-time, as I was saying. in the second half, we didn't have any ottle goals, but we did have a penalty incident that we'll talk to the chaps about in a minute. Good attendance as well, 10,526. And we've been at Turf Moor this evening. Let's check out now the top of the second division. And Burnley have leapfrogged over Bury. Burnley in 5th, Bury in 6th place, so they're both still in playoff positions. And Sam Allardyce, you said there'd be 4 goals, but you said it was going to be 2-2. At 3-1 it stayed. So after how many games do you watch where there's, 3 or 4 goals in the first half and you don't get anything in the second half?
Yes, I think you're right, and I think we were getting a little bit worried that it might peter out into nothing in the second half. But we didn't have any goals in the second half. But I thought it was a cracking second half, just as good as the first. Even though there wasn't any goals, me and Dave fancied there were going to be a goal, but certainly plenty of goal mouth incidents. And either end. I mean, there's the penalty for Burnley, and there's the Burnley's end defendingly. There's the clearances off the line, the one where the keeper's let it through his hands and it's hit the post. And really, at some stages, if a goal had gone in for Bury, it could have been a very tight match.
We'll have a look at Dave in just a moment at the penalty, but the incident, it was definitely a penalty, wasn't it?
Yes, at first I thought the Burnley player had sort of made a meal of it, but you can see that Ketty does catch him there, really. He could have ushered him away to the line because he's a quick player, and in that incident, the referee's spot on. And I suppose if you're going to miss a penalty, it's best when you're 3-1 up with a couple of minutes to go.
Well, it was Paul Barnes who stood up to take it against Dean Kiley, and they both played together at York. So
that's
maybe
right,
Kiley
yeah.
had an idea.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I know the feeling with Bruce Dyer and Nigel Martin. The goalies seem to be out of sight, the forwards out. But that's right. I mean, I don't think, Paul Barnes hit it as well as he would like to have done. But in fairness to Kiley, he didn't start the game particularly well, but he improved and got some good stops and he improved as the game went on. And really, I suppose Stan turned to be thinking, I could have done with that penalty save in a different situation.
Anyway, 3-1 it finished, a really good game. Hope you enjoyed it. And both Burnley and Bury will be interested in what happens at the top of the Nationwide Division 2 tomorrow. 3 big games involving the promotion contenders, of course. But a check on the latest news on those games in a moment. But first, the matches involving the 3 leading teams in Division 1. And here...
Sponsored by Sony.